Ladies and gentlemen, the first man to build 21-inch biceps, drug-free.
My friends, I only got one email. All the emails I got, only got one email, and on this particular subject. And the guy that sent me the email was very distressed because he said I denigrate bodybuilding. I don't call it a sport, and he don't know how a guy that's been in it as long as I have could put it down. And I said, why am I answering these guys? It's not in this world. But I said, maybe there's a lot of people that think that that I'm denigrating or putting down bodybuilding. Let me tell you something, my friend. This is my life. It's my entire life. The foundation of my life is bodybuilding. I started when I was 10 years old. Everything I mean, it is in my life, but it's the foundation of my life. I don't know where my direction right now. Right now, I had 8 vitamin shops in my lifetime. But I can't be who am I to discuss vitamin shops with? What kind of history is that for me? It's just the business I ran and I enjoyed. But bodybuilding, I'm just like I feed on it. It's so good to me. All my friends in bodybuilding. I mean, I don't have any friends in health food business. I mean, I can't be called a who. I mean, we have we have a fraternity. It's like a clan, a cult. We all relate to each other. Now, I'm not talking about this. Now, I'll tell you, I hate to say it all the time, but I'm talking about this president. I don't even relate to them at all. I'm talking about the guys that I grew. And a lot of you fellas think, let me tell you, my friends, when we're talking about our bodies, we're not talking about these flim-flam guys out there. They have no idea what they're talking about. Guys just trying to promote things, to promote themselves. We're talking about the substance. See, I'm not one of these guys that was in the basement and training and all by myself. I incorporate the experience of all of the great bodybuilders of before me and after me. Most of the big crop now is after me, instead of the last few years when they went freaky. But I know I talk to them all, I discuss, because that's where I am. I'm a why man. Don't just tell me something. I want to know why you tell me, why you think the way you think. What do you think? What's your reaction? That's what makes me grow and think. I'm a thinker. And when I give you these videos, I don't tell you these videos to tell you I'm not a leader like a lot of people want to lead you by the nose. I want you to think. Because the more you think, the bigger you grow in your mind and applying all the information you get, because you got to dissect it. If you don't dissect, you don't have enough thinking ability to dissect, you get confused as hell. One guy said this, the other guy said that. So you got to be able to break down by asking why. Go past of this what's said. Okay. Bodybuilding, my friends, I know, Mayor, is a beauty contest. It's not a sport. It's a vocation. Exercise is not a sport. Guys don't want to accept it. They want to make it more than what it is. My mentor, the man that I talk about all the time in my videos, the most influential human being in my life is Joe Weider. He tried to get in the Olympics. They wouldn't take it because there's no way to judge it. There's no scoring. How do you score a subjective body? Can you imagine scoring these guys today? It's what you like. That's the only thing. Is what else? There's no subjective. You can't score it. Weightlifting is a sport because it can be scored. Things that cannot be scored by not your emotions or your feelings is a sport. So the bodybuilders in the same category as Mr. America, Miss Universe, and so forth and so on. It's not a sport. It's a vanity. I love it. And I would love to call it a sport, but it isn't. You're competing with yourself. That's one of the reasons why I'm so down on these guys destroying themselves just so they can look a little freakier and die before their time. I mean, I can understand any other sport using steroids but us. Because these guys, he's making money. Bodybuilders ain't making no money with this stuff. Some of the top ones may make parents and so forth, but sell some vitamins. But there's no future in bodybuilding as far as your body's concerned. It's 1,001 bodybuilders. Most of them you don't even remember. The only reason you remember me as the first man, or people know me, as the first man to develop. You say, I'm two first in bodybuilding. It makes me proud. First man to develop a 21-inch arm, drug-free, and the first black man on the cover of Physique magazine, 1953. I'm two firsts. And nobody can beat that. Nobody can beat that. Nobody, you can come up with an arm 50 inches, but it's not natural. Steroids. And you definitely cannot be the first man on the cover of Muscle Mag, black man on the cover of Muscle magazine, because it can't be one, and that's me. So you see, I relax and I feel good and comfortable, because I have something I can say, hey, I was first. Very few people can be first in anything. And I was first, and I feel good. And I'm not sitting back here sticking my chest out and you think I'm going to ride on that. I now want to give back. But friends, I can't go in delusion and say that what I love is a sport when it isn't. As I'm telling you, I'm not putting down, but I was very, kind of down when I heard him. I'm putting down by me of all people. But see, this is the way some people think. If I'm not going along making them comfortable think it's a sport, I'm putting it down. But I'm just making this video to let you know, my friends, I'm here for you. This stage of my life, I don't make no money on this. If I got paid for all I put out, I'd really got $1 for each email I tried to answer, which I had to stop. My friends, I had to stop. I was finding myself 3-4 hours on. I said, I just don't have time. Because at this stage of my life, Leroy takes care of Leroy. Leroy cooks his meals and everything, eats up the clock, taking care of himself, eats the clock up. Before I know it, this is a few hours, I got to get to bed. And the point, I can't go to bed and can't get up, this spur of my life. But the point is, I'm sorry to disappoint these guys. I don't try to keep their names and all that because it's immaterial. It triggers me. Because how can a guy say I'm putting down bodybuilding because I don't call it what it is? I mean, bodybuilders, they don't have bodybuilders. They used to have bodybuilders on contests on television when I was growing up. But they don't have it anymore simply because the guys are too freaky. People can't relate to it anymore. There's no audience for it. Not enough of an audience for it. The audience is even dropped for the actual contest because it's less people that go, the diehards go, and if they didn't have those freaky bodies, have nobody going. See, there's a diehards that want to see these guys. So listen, I love bodybuilding, but it's a vanity sport. Just like any of these female contests. I know it may hurt some of you guys thinking, but it is. I'm very enthused about bodybuilding. I love it. It's my life. It's the whole foundation. All those stores I had in my life, who I'm gonna talk to them about? I don't know. If I had to go around to other storekeepers and at that health food store, talk to them. There's nothing conversation. There's no foundation, no home to get together with those guys. I didn't even know them. Bodybuilding, but bodybuilding for health, my friend. And I'm sorry, I can't help you out on the sports bend. To go to the Olympics, ask them. Maybe they'll change. Maybe they'll change for you. To be continued.
Wait a minute. Before you click away, I want you to subscribe, like, comment, hell, even dislike if you want to. At least do something before you get out of here.